Okay, y'all, I am back. This is the second speech that I'm going to annotate, and this is the topic is abortion. And so let's just get into it. I don't want to do a huge preamble. This could take forever because this one is much longer than the other speech on feelings. So, oh my God, let's try to do it. Have you ever thought about center, center? Let's get through this. Let's get through this quickly. Okay? Have you ever thought that how killing a spirit could be a life-saving decision by any chance? Okay, so we're going to start right from the beginning with the juxtaposition. Okay? Um, I'm going to just get through this because I already know what I have to do. Trophy. So there's a juxtaposition. First sentence. Okay? Let's go back. And why do women invariably suffer from being defamed when they are revealed to have carried out an abortion? As a woman and a writer who has raised awareness for women's rights for years, I desire to address a proper answer for those questions. Okay, so this is her using her authority. Yeah? Authority, authority, authority. Logos, authority. Yes. Control V. This establishes her authority on this topic. Okay. And let's go. We're going to look for emotion. We're going to look for reasoning. Okay. In my perspective, abortion could occasionally be a life-altering event for a woman based on two primary reasons. Okay. In essence, abortion is not invariably the woman's fault and intent. The first scenario should be there has been an agreement between males and females to be sexually involved. Therefore, both should be responsible for seeking an abortion. Should the woman end up being banged up, the men must also be banged up. That's a what do you call that? Slang, right? Control C. Um, banged up, banged up. Okay, euphania. Colloquialism. That's what that is. So let's go there. Colloquialism. Okay. And let's go here. Um, so I'm going to look for some metaphors here too. She may use some metaphors in these scenarios that she looks like she's got a few scenarios. Okay, so they shared the delight, then the misery had better be shared. According to the Atlantic, there it is. She just did an allusion. According to, she alluded to the Atlantic. There was a 39-year-old man who got his Jesus Christ. 39-year-old man who got his 15-year-old girlfriend pregnant. Let's focus on the Atlantic. According to the Atlantic, copy. This is alluded to. Control V. Allusion. Okay. Back up to this disgusting situation. Afterwards, he denied his father responsibility and left her derelict, resulting in her eventual decision, getting an abortion. Why did that mature man simply leave and force his little girl to end up with a poor and guilty life? The second hypothesis would be, so this is a hypothesis, the first one was a scenario. Okay. All right. There was no agreement between them to copulate. In this case, it is rape that must be punished instead of labeling abortion as legalized. For instance, Tressa Middleton, who was reported to be the youngest mom in the UK, was ruthlessly raped by her brother. The baby might have had congenital malformation due to inbreeding, or Tressa could have succumbed to bleeding out. She didn't choose to abort, but if she had wanted, it should have been legal. What's more, abortion would also entitle women to be proactive in life. If the mother is relatively young, more or less 18 years old, and still desires to pursue her study, abortion would be an exit way for them. So I'm going to say abortion and exit way. This is a metaphor. Abortion is, exit way is the metaphor. Metaphor for abortion. Okay, Control C. That is a metaphor. Control V. Control V. Metaphor. TAPHOR. All right. Do you see the emotion that this woman is using? To me, is anger. What you think? I think this is the mode of appeal is. I think that she wants it to look like it's logos, but it's actually the emotion of anger. So it's ethos, pathos, uh, anger, but she's hiding it as trying to be reasoning, trying to reason with you using logos by giving these various scenarios where the women are victimized, basically. She's not using it as most people do that. This is a party girl, promiscuous girl, having sex with so many people and using abortions as her birth control because she can't be bothered to use birth control, so she just continuously gets pregnant and destroys the child. She's not using that as a scenario, at least not yet. Okay, so let's see. She's using statistics, so that's another device that she is using. So we're going to grab those statistics and we're going to put that down in our list of devices. Okay, so only 51% of young women who become teen mothers get their high school degree by the age of 22 compared to 89% of young women who were not teen parents, reported by Fact Forward. Control C. And we're going to put that down in our devices. Those are statistics. Yeah? Yeah. Statistics. All right. And she is definitely pro-choice. The main idea, yes. Pro-choice is more reasonable than pro-life political position. And pro-choice is more reasonable than pro-life political positions as a political position. Okay, and okay. The thesis is, let's see, right after the introduction. Abortion could occasionally be a life-altering event for a woman based on two primary reasons. Okay, Control C. This is her main, is her thesis in the intro right after the intro? It's right after. Right after. Control V. Okay. Does your article contain some element of logos or logical appeal? Yes. Okay, so here's the logical appeal. Logos. Okay. Okay, the father denying their responsibility and the woman having to make a decision, and that decision was getting an abortion. Okay, Control C. Logos, yes. And describe how logos is used. Logos is used mathematically. How do you mean that? How do you mean by that, Coletha? Well, 1 plus 1 is 2, except when 1 plus 1 comes together as 2 and brings about 3. So then 1 plus 1 equals 3, because a baby comes from it. But when one of the ones doesn't want to be a part of the equation, then the other one has to subtract that third, right? Logos is used mathematically. 2, consenting. 2 people, let's just say it like that. 2 people make a cause a pregnancy. One of the parties does not take responsibility, so the remainder terminates the pregnancy. Okay? So that is very logical and reasonable. This is a very non-pathos mode of decision making. Okay. Let's see, where's the emotion at? Okay. Where's the emotion at? These unfortunate babies, these poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need. Mhm. So we've got some emotions. It says, what's more, abortion would also entitle a woman to be proactive in life. If the mother is relatively young, more or less 18 years, and still desires to pursue her study, abortion would be an exit way for them because teen moms have to stay at home, learn how to nourish and nurse their infants perpetually. They might not finish their current academic levels. Okay? Owing to the lower qualification, it will be much struggling for them to be employed or may end up doing blue-collar jobs to meet their ends. On the other hand, many people who believe that abortion is synonymous with killing a baby to homicidal. It is, but to some extent. Imagine when a baby is born and nobody welcomes. They thus may be left on the street in some dark alleys or abused by their parents. Nourishment, parental love, and proper upbringing could be much far-fetched for them to possess. Additionally, these unfortunate babies can receive prejudice from the locals defame as wreaking havoc. If this scenario occurs, it seems to mentally and physically kill a child rather than save them. True, true, true. These poor, unfortunate souls. So, by her terminology that she is using, that is clearly, and I'm going to make sure I'm doing this right. Ethos. Let me do it like this. Ethos. Okay. Ethos is definitely because it says ideals that characterize a community, nation, or ideology. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So let me see from a rhetoric point of view. I mostly use pathos and logos. I can identify those pretty easily, but ethos, I always mix it up with eros, E-R-O-S, which is different. Obviously. Okay. Ethos, logos, pathos. Ethos sometimes called an appeal to ethics. Ethics. Okay. So there we go. The ethical thing to do. Yeah? Right. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Unwanted pregnancy is not only detrimentally impacts a child's growth, but also their mother's mental health. Okay? Childbearing at young ages or in poverty may lead to mental depression, resulting in inadequate eating, self-care, and possible suicide, or worse. Okay? Forcing a mother to have a child is not ethical. Uh-huh. Okay? Control C. This is an ethical issue. Yes, yes, yes. I see. I see what they mean. All right, I already did that one. Okay, let's go. Pathos, emotional appeal. Yes. And Control V. The terminology. Terms used like unwanted. That's painful. Um, detrimental. Okay. Poverty, depression, etc. Um, brings, elicits, negative emotions. Okay, I did all of the. Did I do them? Yes. Did you find this speech persuasive? I, in a nutshell, giving birth is a woman's pride and honor rather than their obligation and duty. Go, girl. Every woman, thus, must have the right to control their reproduction. Every girl must have a chance to rectify their erroneous actions, and every involved man must accept his responsibility to fatherhood. Well, how do you like that? I must say, well said, honey. Is it persuasive? Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Although, from a female point of view, the closing statement hit the nail on its proverbial head. In a nutshell, giving birth is a woman's pride and honor. Say that, baby. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, honey. Yes, yes. If he don't want to do right, girl, don't bring that baby here. If the daddy don't want it, he don't want to take responsibility for it, you don't do that by yourself. How could it be improved? Um, how it could be improved would be to bring in the male perspective. Okay? The grandparents' perspective. The community perspective. Okay. There we go. Submit. Okay. So, okay, that's it. I did it in half the time. You would think that it would have took me much, much longer, but I was focused and I knew how this goes. And so, boom, that was abortion, right? There you have it. Done and done. Okay, thank you for helping me with my homework. I still got another one to do though. Okay? So I'll see you in the to annotate the next speech. Okay, bye. I'm actually enjoying myself. Okay, bye.